Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Modernize or Die podcast. My name is Daniel Garcia. I am a senior developer here at Ortus Solutions, and I'm joined by my buddy.
How are you going? How are you doing, Mr. Daniel?
I am doing good. What's your name, sir?
Grant Copley.
That's right. You are Grant Copley. You are a senior developer here at Ortus Solutions. A really good guy. You might know him as Senior CB Wire, among many other affectionate nicknames that we have for Grant.
That's the one that stuck, though.
That is the one that stuck. There's lots to talk about. It's been a very busy couple of weeks, and there's a lot of exciting things to go with. So starting out with the Ortus news, we've got a recap of October 2025. It was a wild ride here at Ortus. We released ColdBox 8, the Ocho, a version that redefines CFML architecture from REST APIs to full stack microservices. That's what the marketing says. Really what it means is it's a cool new update. It makes it so you can use it with BoxLang natively. You don't have to have the compat module. It's got more features, just a lot more goodness to it.
It's got so much in it, I'm going to have to read the blog post like 4 times.
I know, right? Let me actually post. Okay, so a little bit about ColdBox 8, the Ocho. I'm going to go ahead. We've got a blog article on that. Have you upgraded yet to the Ocho yet?
I have not yet, but Luis gave me some demos of it before he was going to release it. I got to actually see, one of the things is he had built a desktop application on top of it using BoxLang and ColdBox 8, which was just awesome and a little bit crazy too, just to what you can do with it now.
So a desktop application using Electron?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure on that, because at one point it was, but then he was talking about pulling in something a little bit different too that he thought was going to work better. So and it might be an optional thing, but for what I saw on it, the fact that you could just fire up a desktop app, and we're doing something similar too with the BoxLang admin that we're working on. But it's pretty cool stuff there.
Wait, there's a BoxLang admin? I know you're working on it. I think it's really awesome what you're doing, you and Esme and everyone else. And
I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say about it, but yes, it is. We're working on it.
I think that's enough. So yeah, some of the key features really quick. This is what we're referring to as BoxLang Prime, meaning it's a native BoxLang module with BoxLang compilation optimization, meaning you don't have to have the compat module anymore. It could still be CF, but you just don't. We're trying to make it easier to work with everything. We got some viral thread executors, AI enhanced whoops experience. Our whoops is our, I love that, by the way. It's our error page and handling for when bad things happen, or I should say unexpected things happen. Doesn't mean that they're bad. Some enhanced developer tools, updated CLI, VS Code extension, some Cashbox updates, some modern templates, just some cleanup in general. It's a pretty significant release.
Don't forget too, BoxLang native. So you can install ColdBox completely pre-compiled now for BoxLang, where it runs a lot faster because all of the files have already been compiled, which I just thought was amazing.
Why would anyone ever want to do that, Grant?
I know we're all trying to build slower apps, but if you're the one person out there that's trying to get some little snappier app, yeah, I would check that out.
That is awesome. I'm just being facetious. So as always, we also have our ColdBox tips and tricks series. We mentioned some of these last episode. The ColdBox free tip number 8. Which ColdBox version am I using? ColdBox free tip number 9. Mastering email configuration with CB mail services in ColdBox. Free tip. ColdBox free tip number 9. Remember, why are there 2 free tip number 9s? Part 2.
Oh, sure.
Sending emails using CB mail services, tokens, protocols, and logs. And then I'm sure tip number 10 is probably coming out maybe tomorrow. Definitely keep an eye on our website, our blog specifically, mortis.com/blog, to get all those tips. Thank you, sir. So this week's episode is sponsored by Ortus Solutions. Imagine that. But specifically, it's sponsored by SocketBox, real-time power for command box. So if you don't know, SocketBox is the Ortus Solutions new WebSocket library that brings live bidirectional communication to your BoxLang and command box apps. Stay in sync, stay connected, and deliver real-time experience to your users like never before. And we'll go ahead and throw that out. It's actually really cool. We say BoxLang, it's not just BoxLang, if we're being honest. You could use WebSockets with some of the other engines as well. It's just, it's cool in BoxLang. I
It is.
know
Have you got
JC's
to?
out there in the chat, and he's been doing some of that as well.
Have you got to try it out, Daniel?
I personally haven't, but I worked on a project with Jacob where he is using WebSockets for a client and they've got like this
Nice.
notification center where they're sending messages and getting updates. And so I didn't implement it myself, but I saw what he was doing and saw the code and the setup. It's pretty cool. And that actually the implementation is running on BoxLang.
Nice. I have not got to use it as either. I think we both had the same problem. There's just so much coming out, finding time to dive into all these things. It's hard to keep up.
Say they keep us pretty busy here at Ortus, but it's a fun busy overall. And
yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. So moving on, services, lessons from the trenches, what we've learned modernizing legacy ColdFusion apps. That is another blog article. I feel like you just go to our blog and just grab a cup of coffee or whatever and take the afternoon and just read. Giancarlo's out here saying WebSockets is the way. The big old smiley face. Love it. Okay. So what is the big news today, Grant, like as of a couple hours ago?
I believe it's that BoxLang 1.7 is out. And there is a ton. 1.7.0. And there is a bunch of stuff in there. But yeah, lots of stuff. Server-side events I saw was one of the features in there, which I've actually worked with a little bit with CBWire, but there are built-in BIFs or functions now inside of the language where you can set up real-time streaming using server-side events.
Really?
Can't wait to try that out. And I might even see if there's a way we can maybe pull that into CBWire a bit. But if you haven't worked with server-side events before, they're kind of a alternative to using WebSockets, and that they work a little bit different, but they still make it to where you can actually push notifications from the server without having a true WebSocket server running. So just another option.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never used a server sent event.
But yeah, this release is got a ton of stuff. Distributed caching with JDBC cache store. So actually built into the language, you can set up data. I call them database caches, but essentially you can quickly set up a cache, point it to a database, and then have multiple servers all accessing that, and really simple to get up and running with that.
Nice. I know some other things that caught my eye. A lot of performance improvements. Some would say significant performance improvements across the runtime. Lots of bug fixed, some enhancements, just all around a solid, exciting release. And along with it, there's also several modules that were released that you might have missed. Things like BoxLang RSS. It's a full-featured RSS Atom feed module for BoxLang. Or the BoxLang Compat, which sounds exactly what you think it would be. It's able to do some UI things to integrate with BoxLang. BoxLang Redis, enterprise-grade caching. I think that one might be, is that one a plus?
It is. It's for BoxLang Plus subscribers. And there was, I'm seeing at least 5 modules that have come out for BoxLang Plus subscribers. So Redis was one of them, which is a caching engine. They've got a BX CSV. So if you're working with CSV files, they've got that. LDAP is another module they came up with. Spreadsheet and PDF. When am I going to find time to go through these, Daniel?
I have no idea. I just, we've got I see others kicking the tires and testing them, and I'm like here with my popcorn, just, that's cool. Let me do some client work over here. But no, it's just, I don't know what is in the water over there in Spain, what Luis is doing and the rest of the team, but he's just knocking stuff out. The team is knocking stuff out. It's just excitement begets excitement, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're on a roll. And so is a spreadsheet different than CF spreadsheet? At the end of the day, I mean, you're making a spreadsheet. So in that respect, it's similar. The way it's implemented is quite a bit different, I think. Obviously, it's a module as opposed to it's a BoxLang module. I have not had a chance to play with it, Scott, to know just how different. If you would like to play with it, I would love to get it in your hands, and you can kind of let us know, because I know you've done a ton of work with spreadsheets. As Grant said, I just haven't had a chance to play with some of the stuff.
I feel like I'm okay to say this too because it's in the blog post, but coming soon, Couchbase, MongoDB, and Elasticsearch modules are coming as well.
Yep. And so, and to be fair, with some of these modules that were coming to BoxLang, we've had commercial versions for Lucee, like say the Redis Lucee extension. That if you're using Lucee and you want to use Redis, I mean, that extension is the best way of implementing it. And so this is just a continuation of all the great work the team has been doing with Redis and all these other cache providers.
Yeah.
So in the community, we got a couple of things. Deploying BoxLang the Cloud video series by Oscar Tiznato, one of our DevOps people. That just kind of goes through and talk about how to deploy BoxLang in the cloud, whether it's, BoxLang mini servers or with command box on the different operating systems. Go check that out. And so, yeah, just a lot of stuff. It's been an exciting week. It's been kind of an exciting week in the CFML world overall, too. We're going to get to that in a minute here. But just at Ortus, it's exciting. I don't know how many times I keep saying the word exciting. But just, again, Grant, you and I are in the same boat. We see all the chatter. We see all the discussions going back and forth among the team. See, check this out, check that out. And it's good stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah,
but it's good stuff.
A lot's moving. Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else we're missing for this part?
On the cloud video series? I think we got that. I will say this, though, led by Oscar. I haven't got to work with him much, but I have worked with him a little bit, and he is super sharp, especially on the server stuff. So I'm looking forward to checking that out.
He is, and I have had the pleasure of working with Oscar on a client, and you're right, absolutely. Guy is sharp. He's a good guy. Okay, well, moving on. A CFML updates. So a lot of them, a few of them for the community, and just a couple of blog articles we want to mention. The first one, this came out, I think, last week. There are new versions of the Java updates. I think released October 21st, about a week, 2 weeks ago. New versions of Java for version 8, 11, 17, 21, 25. And as always, our buddy Charlie Earhart, he puts up a great article, not only telling you what they are and where they are, but some information that you're going to want to know.
I haven't read it yet, but I already know that he's probably got everything that you could possibly cover in there. And thank you, Charlie, because we'd be lost with the Java updates without you. So thank you for all your hard work on that.
A lot of things without Charlie.
Yeah.
And fun fact, Charlie can sing.
He can.
He can definitely sing and perform. We had a lot of fun with Charlie at Happy Box this year, Into the Box. And it's cool. All these people that we've known for years, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I didn't know he could do that. Okay, the next kind of the big news this week, I think as of yesterday morning, maybe, Lucee 7.0.0.395 stable is released.
It is.
And
posted
so
a link there.
Good.
Looking at that, I think they got a lot of stuff in this release.
There is, and something that kind of snuck up on me, I didn't realize this, but it's version 7 is single mode only, as opposed to the multi-web contexts from before. So if you're using older versions of Lucee, especially Lucee 5, and I think in 6 they started giving you the option, but like especially Lucee 5, you'd have multiple web contexts. So if you've got one Lucee admin, that's like the red admin screen that you would see, but then every individual website could have its own settings, kind of like override the admin, and that would kind of like be a blue server admin thing. Yeah. And so going to 6, they started making it optional, and then 7 they're saying nope, single mode only.
Single mode.
And so this is actually pretty in line with what Adobe does, where you can't have one global admin and then have all these other overrides. Everything's kind of sandboxed, and really I think I kind of prefer that. Every site is sandboxed with its own settings, everything else. Also with 7, they've got enhanced AI and Java support. It's more performant and faster startups, according to the blog article. But one of the big caveats, and just warning you, if you're going from 6, want to go to 7, this requires a fresh install. Now, if you're just kicking off for the first time and playing with it, not a big deal, install it and go. But if you are trying to upgrade to it, you're going to have to do a fresh install of it and play with it. I think part of it is it's something to do with what they switched.
Was it the
Jakarta? They're now based on Jakarta EE instead of Java EE. And so instead of using Tomcat 9, it's no longer supported. It has to be Tomcat 10.1 or higher. All the javax.stars become jakarta.star. All extensions must be Jakarta compatible. Can't use the old javax extensions. That's why you kind of have to start fresh. And so if you're going to do Tomcat 10.1 plus is the minimum, or if you do Tomcat 11, that does require Java 17 or higher. They're recommending Java 21, although it looks like they are supporting Java 24 and 25.
I saw too that
they
they added like some secrets management functionality, which I thought was interesting.
Yep.
Maybe a way to securely store secrets. So
yep, I did see that. And I think part of it too, they have an AWS integration with that. Where we've been doing a lot of AWS stuff, and that definitely caught my eye. Like, I could use AWS secrets and make it easier to, or I could. So yeah, there's just a ton of stuff.
Lucee, I did, but only on YouTube.
Okay, well, I posted a link for the docs, because if you actually go to the docs, the guide for Lucee 7 new features, it goes a lot more in depth on what all the features are, what they do. They talk about the single mode only that we touched on, the Jakarta switch, a lot of stuff. So yeah, so way to go, Team Lucee. Keep it up. Innovation is, kind of driving all of us. I know over here at Ortus, we're innovating like crazy. I've seen a lot of the Adobe announcements. They're innovating like crazy. And Lucee, you're doing as well. And you know what? A rising tide lifts all ships. So competition's a good thing.
Yep.
And I'm excited what everyone's come up with. And hopefully everyone's inspiring everybody and solving problems and go. This is definitely not an us first them attitude. This is an exciting time to be a ColdFusion developer with all the awesome things coming out.
Yeah.
So coming up next, we've got a blog article from our buddy James Moberg, message pack support for ColdFusion CFML. This one was kind of interesting. It's actually a CF port of message pack, which is a binary serialization format that claims to be faster and more compact than JSON. I guess James was inspired by that message pack could be 7 times faster than JSON, and notice that CF didn't have support for it. I guess there's 50 plus languages that support it, but not CF. So James, I love this. He used Claude AI to help port the JavaScript message pack light library to ColdFusion to do all these different functions. And he's got the package up on GitHub. He says it includes performance comparisons against both Java message pack and ColdFusion's built-in JSON functions. And so you got that link out there. Yep. And so definitely go check that out. I just love that James, sees things like this. He's like, why not? Let's see what I can do and see how cool it is. And that's awesome.
You had me at could be 7 times faster than JSON. I will be checking that out.
Yeah, I don't even know what the message pack format is for stuff like this.
I don't either. I've never even heard of this. So
I haven't either.
Thank you, James, for bringing this to the community.
Yep, absolutely. And then going along with that, he was talking about using Claude. We've got an article from Pete Freitag, Understanding Claude Code Permissions and Security Settings. So all if you don't know, Pete Freitag is an awesome CFML resource, a community resource. He's kind of like the main security person. If I think ColdFusion security, I'm thinking I'm going to talk to Pete and Charlie, but really Pete's the guy that a lot of us think of. You see him at conferences, you want to go to his sessions. So anyway, he's been playing with Claude some, and he wanted to do an in-depth security analysis of Claude's code permission system. He found out that, denying read access to sensitive files like env doesn't fully prevent access because files can still be read through bash commands. So if you're trying to hide some of your secrets and things, Claude might still be able to get to it. Definitely keep that in mind. Some bash commands run without prompting in the default mode. Also, deny read doesn't imply deny write. You have to be explicit and set that. Sometimes just say deny, and no, you got to be aware. Claude, being an AI, may work around denied permissions by finding alternative methods. I thought that was kind of like, whoa. So really, he just recommends using enterprise level managed settings. I'm running Claude code and say a Docker where it's kind of self-contained, create their own user accounts for it with limited permission. Just things like if you were going to run anything on a server, just be smart about it. Kind of know what has access to what and limit that getting access to things it shouldn't have access for. And the last kind of comment to it was, there's already been 9 CVEs published for Claude Code. So he's like, make sure you keep up to date. That's definitely something that you don't want to install it once and forget to ever do anything with it.
Sorry, what are the CVEs, Daniel? What are those?
Security
security things. Okay. And I think I know too, I'm trying to keep up with the different AIs. They're also changing their terms and agreements and, data uses. And that's another concern.
Yep. Yeah. CVE is common vulnerabilities and exposures. I actually had to look it
Okay.
up to give you the official, but yeah. So yeah, I know we use some AI stuff here at Ortus I know Luis likes to use it for docs, especially. And he's really tweaked out some of his AI stuff so that once he does stuff, he can do the first draft of things. He can just go and edit it. And really, you don't use AI to replace what you do. You use it to help make things a little bit easier. That's kind of, I think, the sweet spot with using AI. Trust but verify, and then just makes some things a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Speaking of easier, did you get a chance to see this from Ben Nadell? This kind of hit pretty close to me. I don't know about
Making
you,
CF dump easier to read as I get older. Well, I did not get to check it out, but it's I feel targeted. I need to read this.
You do. So so basically what Ben's saying is that when he does his dumps in Adobe, they're kind of small. And you don't always want to just, zoom in like 130%, 150%, just make it bigger, which you could. And so he's finding a way to use CSS. You basically create a dump polyfill into CFML extensions that wraps the native right dump and injects larger, more readable styles when outputting to the browser. It basically increases the font sizing and spacing of the dump. And so instead of him having to zoom in just to read what it is, by default, it's just going to be a bigger dump.
I definitely have done the zoom in.
I
sure.
do it all the time.
I also get made fun of for how much I zoom into VS Code and blow up the code because as we're getting older, our eyes are not working as good as they used to.
Yeah, it doesn't help that we got big monitors that you kind of have to zoom in. And
yeah,
we should ask Luis if you've got this, and we need a BoxLang module for making CF dump easier to read.
Yes, I agree.
Let's make a Jira.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Okay, so that's wrapping up. Like I said, a lot of big news in the CFML world. And yeah. So coming up, we've got our events. Tomorrow, ColdBox the Ocho webinar, led by Luis Majano, creator of ColdBox. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to noon p.m. Chicago time. That's going to be tomorrow for that webinar. We have an Eventbrite registration link. It should be live already. So yeah, definitely go register. It's going to be Luis is very excited about this release. He's excited about everything, but especially this release, and definitely check that out. We also have coming up in about a month, actually, the ColdFusion security training online from Foundeo. This is Pete Freitag. Of course, we talked about Pete a little bit ago. He's doing some great security training. You don't even have to be in person, do it online. And I believe if you register and can't make one of the sessions, I believe it's going to be recorded. And so you can get access, but don't quote me on that. Go directly to his site and check that out. So if you cannot attend it fully online, you will have access to it. Definitely worth checking out because everything he does is worth checking out. ITB 2026, the call for speakers is still open until December 15th, 2025. If you're thinking about attending ITB and want to present, get your submissions in now. I don't know how many we have. I forgot to check with Maho because I don't think about it until after we're doing this. Go to intothebox.org. Grant's going to go ahead and post the submissions and the call for speakers. The date for ITB is going to be, and I'm going to get the exact dates, April 29th through May 1st in Washington, D.C. April 29th, I believe, is the pre-conference with the different workshops. And then the 30th and 1st will be the regular ITB with everything.
Is it at the same? Oh, it is. It's at Optica. I was hoping we were still going to do it at the same venue.
Yep, it'll be our third year at that venue. I like that venue.
Yeah.
It's pretty compact as far as you don't have to go all over the place to get what you need. We've got all our sessions. It's modern. It's just a nice venue.
Awesome. This reminds me, I need to submit my talks.
Yes, you do.
I got to get those in. I do.
I know internally we got to do it. I don't know if Jacob is still the only person that's submitted internally, but You keep submitting sessions, so it might just be like one of the tracks would just be Jacob and everything he
You're
wants to
making
talk
us
about.
you're making us look bad, Jacob. Why are you doing
that's
this?
that's what Jacob's doing to make us look bad. So also exciting news, Grant. What's in June of next year?
June, I'm showing CF Camp 2026. So
That's
save
right.
the date. It will be June 18th through the 19th. Looks like there's pre-conference June 17th, and that's in Munich, Germany. Let me see.
Well, I think it's right now they're just announcing it as a save the date. Oh, you're talking about CF
No
Camp?
blog post or anything? Yeah.
No, I was just going through so I knew they were working on getting date set. cfcamp.org. I'll go ahead and post that in there if I can get to it. Come on. I just know that they were working on getting dates, and then I checked it this morning, and sure enough, they've got the save the date. So yeah, if you want to hear Germany is beautiful in June, or at least the airport, go check it out. I haven't been able to make it over to one of their conferences. One of these years, I definitely want to. I just timing and life, that goes.
I do know how that goes.
Okay, and then finally with the events, the little preview: Black Friday deals are coming soon for modern BoxLang developers. Black Friday season 2025 is almost here. Join us for extended Black Friday week. That's November 20th through the 28th. All week, developers can register to claim free BoxLang and security code audits. Stay tuned for full details and deals, schedules, and how to claim your free audits. Coming soon on the Ortus website, and probably also we'll post it on our social media, but definitely it's exciting. Coming soon. Yeah. Look for all that. And I'm sure by our next episode of the podcast, we'll know exactly what it all is and can tell you there as well.
I love Black Friday deals, especially the ones that are online, and you don't have to go into the store and elbow people for things.
Yep. I'm starting to get a little bit smarter about, I kind of want to subscribe to this service, and let me just hold off until Black Friday and maybe see if I can get a better deal on it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we've come to that time of the episode. We want to do a big old thank you to all our Patreon supporters. These are the individuals that are personally supporting our open source initiatives to ensure the great toolings like CommandBox, ForgeBox, ColdBox, ContentBox, TestBox, BoxLang, and all our other boxes as they keep getting the continuous development they need. The contributions also help fund our cloud infrastructure our community relies on, like ForgeBox package management with CommandBox. So you can support us at patreon.com/Ortus Solutions. So I'll go ahead and get that out there. And so if they become a supporter, Grant, what are some of the things that they can get?
If they become a supporter, where's my list? Here we go.
Teeing you up.
If you become thank you, I know. A bronze packages and up, they get a ForgeBox Pro and CFCast subscriptions. All Patreon supporters get a profile badge on the community website and access to our private forums on our community website and private channel on our Box Team Slack.
There we go. So check that out. Want to again say thank you, everyone. Thank you, Grant. It's been great hanging out with you, man. I feel like we don't get to chat enough. And thank you, everyone in the chat. Again, Giancarlo, Scott, everyone else that came out. If I missed you, I apologize. And we'll see all of you again in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, tomorrow, ColdBox 8, The Ocho with Luis Majano. Go check it out. See ya.
Thanks, everyone. Bye, guys.